We are Cooners and Floyds. We're live from the lagoon, the south end of Central Park here. That's right, we're back in Central Park, everybody. The return that nobody wanted. No one was asking for this. Nobody wanted us to go back to Central Park, but we're here because we have to. I mean, you got to take advantage of this opportunity. Just look at that. You know, cinema, buddy. It's just everywhere. There's a Simon Bolivar statue here. I never noticed that. Simone Bolivar. Pretty interesting. Jose Marie. Jose Maria Lozano. No, Jose Marti. It's Masters Week, everybody at Augusta. Happy Masters Week, people. I know my live stream subscribers are some real fucking Masters freaks out there. Last year, of course, at this time, I was doing my live golf team van, one-man show at Pete's Candy Store. Yeah, probably set some gigs up. Anybody has any venues, any gigs or anything? Let me know. So this might be my last live stream from Central Park, at least for the time being. It's one reason why I wanted to do it. It's spring, nice and warm, beautiful day. I think there's probably gonna be some foliage. But I'm supposed to go meet Ashley today to get my things, and I think she's leaving tomorrow. That's the word that I heard, and so okay, there we go. Who knows what the hell just happened? Am I still on? Can you hear me? Check, check, testing one. Testing 1, 2. I mean, nobody's fucking watching anyway. There's probably just, I mean, people did watch my last live stream. I think I got probably because they're worried about Matt Proctor homeless. What's going on? Is he alive? And all of the above. Yes. It's Friday in the universe. I mean, any chance I get to come to Central Park, I'll take it. Really. And sort of doing a farewell to the Upper West Side. I mean, I'd love to live on the Upper West Side. If I could get a deal, I wouldn't leave. But I think it's expensive. I'm not really sure. It's nice. I don't know why more cool people choose to live in fucking Ridgewood. You could afford it. You could afford to live on the Upper West Side. I don't know why you wouldn't take that deal, but culturally, it's like kind of lame. I don't know. You get the impression everybody there is like homebody, workaholic, kind of shuggy. It's kind of shuggy, maybe. Do people still use that word, shuggy? But I mean, look at this. You just walk a block from your fucking house and you got all this. It's insane. Walk to Midtown, Ridgewood. I don't know. You're gonna walk to a cemetery. Like, where are you gonna go? Walk to other parts of Bushwick. But I don't. Maybe it's just rich people The Upper West Side, is that, I mean, it's gotta be so far beyond gentrified. The impression I get, it's more like families. It's more kinda like milquetoast, middle of the road. It's not where the action is. There's nothing cutting edge. There's barely even, like, events. There's a few open mics, there's a few comedy shows. There's not too many readings that I can think of beyond what Columbia does. So it's sort of one chapter is ending in the saga of Matt Proctor. Matt Proctor's
Me wondering.
picaresque
Yeah.
beat style. Well, this is something I was thinking about just from staying with my friends and stuff, and how they choose to live their lives as buskers, as people who don't use the typical fucking cleaning products, or just the kind of corporate mandated lifestyle of our culture in this country. And they're heroes. These people are warriors. These people are powerful warriors. The fact that they still exist, the fact that they're still out there, people who are hipsters, who give a fuck about songwriting, melody, craft, who care about not selling out, who care about, you know, keeping their bodies fucking healthy, living in dissent. Now more than ever, I feel like that's just disappearing. Everybody's a fucking wannabe influencer, or even, kids in high school. That's what they want to do. They want to live in some fake ass condo building. So I commend the cultural warriors who are still out there playing shows, playing open mics, making albums, not doing it for the money, staying off the books, paying in cash, finding some way around all of the fucking Moloch, all of the fucking commercialism, all of the financialization of everything, the rent exploding, cost of living exploding. A lot of these artists' solution is just make more money or make sure you get paid. There was this article I saw on Twitter. It's just more predatory financial bullshit. It would just be better if they were free and cheap. Like, let's work toward that. Let's wait to work shit cheaper rather than just like, oh, we'll demand. I mean, I guess that's what you have to do. The cost isn't going to go down, so you have to increase the wage. But I was reading this article. Dean Kissick posted it on fucking Twitter. I can't remember. It's in some fucking art magazine. I think it was in Jacobin, or maybe it was October, one of those. And it was just how the whole fucking point of the article was how the cost of living in the high cost of rent in New York City was like destroying the art world and art culture, and all the reasons why that was bad. And our standard of living, what we can afford versus our parents or the boomers or generations that were before us who could just move to fucking Soho, get a loft for $100 or whatever. It's a lot different for us. I mean, this is something I've been harping on for at least a decade, and in a certain way, my whole life has been, an exemplary alternative to the rapidly increasing, fucking cost of living. This is one reason why I was so studying these New York school poets, because they all had fucking rent controlled apartments. And, I mean, how much do you hear these fucking boomers wax, nostalgic about the '70s, how great it was in the fucking '70s in New York and blah, blah, blah. You could work a day a week as a busboy and have an apartment in East Village and blah, blah, blah. And, I was writing about this 10 fucking years ago, talking about this 10 fucking years ago. And so now it's like the art world has realized that they fucked themselves because they were so focused on this other shit that while they were focused on that, the cost of living exploded, the debt exploded. And now it's not really possible. That's the point of this article, right? Is it's not really possible for anybody without generational wealth to be an artist in you. And so it just destroys the quality of the art. They had this list of all these fucking people that were like working class artists, and it was just like insane. It was just like everybody. William de Kooning, uh, fuck, is the mall closed? So maybe it's closed. Part of the reason why I came over here is I just wanted to do the mall, but okay. Big deal. Should I sit? Maybe I'll sit in this great meadow for a sec. Uh, so it's nice that they finally give a fuck about class, but it's kind of like the cost of everything has already been driven up. Like the the article talks about Philadelphia, how Philadelphia is like the alternative where working class people go now. You can be in proximity to New York. But part of the point of the article is it's like it's a requirement. If because the majority of the work in this industry is in New York. It's like if you want to be in whatever creative field, if you want to be a videographer like me, like uh uh art world, whatever the hell it is, there's way more opportunity for shit like that here than there is in whatever small town main part of America you're from. It's easier for somebody like from Cleveland to get a job in the art world or whatever, doing what they want to do in New York than it is in Cleveland. But I don't know. It's almost like these fucking articles don't need to be written because they're kind of all the fucking same. They're all just like, yeah, shit's expensive. New York's too expensive. They've been writing this art. How long have they been writing this fucking article about New York being too expensive? It's like I remember in 2000, whatever, 10, when I first moved here, Patti Smith had written some articles. New York's too expensive. You can't, I don't know. I mean, if you can make it happen, and I see people pretty much all the time who do. I mean, I don't really know the finances. Most of the people I interact with, I guess, they are being subsidized by their parents or getting help or whatever. Here for a minute. Sort of collect my thoughts. Oh God. Ay, ay, ay. So yeah, I'm supposed to meet Ashley tonight. I've been putting this warm compress on my eye. I figured out like you need to do a potato. I put a potato in the microwave for a minute. Then I hold it to my eye That's a warm compress. I think it might be too late. I mean, I've had this thing on my eye for like almost a year, over 6 months. So I don't know. It's weird to sort of have my life back and all of a sudden like have all this time and just be like, wow, okay. It's kind of a reset. It's just like, okay, I'm just sort of trying to remember what this is like. Like now I've got all this and I'm just, also I'm just sort of after last week, I'm just sort of chilling. I finally got my air mattress inflated. I haven't been able to bed rot. I've had no bed. People take it for granted. As upset we are with our current standard of living, at least people have beds they can bed rot in. You have time and, comfort to lay in bed when you're not at work and hyper inhale TikTok videos or whatever the hell it is. Each person's content of choice, Candy Crush, whatever it is. And so I haven't had a bed. I literally haven't been able to lay down hardly. I got a canvas chair, the floor is hard, and so I finally inflated my air mattress. Oh my god, it's incredible. Oh, and I got this fucking, $20 projector. I did wanna talk about this. I got this fucking $20 projector at where else? Five Below, the greatest fucking store on the planet. My happy place, Five Below, where even a guy like me can be a consumer, can go on a shopping spree and splurge. And so, okay, I saw this the other day. Five Below has unbelievable I mean, they have Bluetooth speakers that are like $5. It's just crazy. The gadgets they have. And it's like, yeah, you get what you pay for. It's not like some sharper image Bose fucking stereo shit. It's novelty kind of just like uh bric-a-brac. It's almost just like it's all just a bunch of toys really. And it's not necessary to last, but you never know with this stuff. And I don't have internet in my place that I'm staying. But I am watching, like, my phones all day. I'm, like, on YouTube all fucking day. 2 phones. I've got my dualies. So it's like one phone I'll have YouTube, other phone I'll be on Twitter or do an Instagram share, whatever. Whatever kinda upkeep I need to do to kind of continue working. This week, I've been reading my book a lot. I've been looking over city life, kinda reevaluating it. And, that's the work that I'm doing is sort of I'm trying to get reattached to poetry stuff, just reclaiming my power, taking back my power. I'm taking back my power, and I'm reclaiming my time. I'm just getting used to having this time again. You're like, "Okay, now I can repair my relationships, my friendships, whatever, stuff with my family." Uh, Taking back my power, and thank God I have this nice place where it's like a nice foundation that I can work off of. I've got a things, not I'm starting to make it. I don't want to move too much stuff in, but like I've got enough stuff that it's like and now I got this fucking projector, right? So I go to Five Below and I saw it the other day, $20 projector. And then on my head I'm thinking, how good can that be? But like I mean, the first projector I ever bought, I bought off Craigslist for $5. It was this fucking big. It was probably from the '90s, I think. I think it was a Dyson or George Foreman. No, it was like a Brother or something. Some kind of office supply. Maybe I should get away from all this sound. And so anyway, that thing was like 640 by 480. It was not HD. It was like analog. And I had that in Ohio. It was loud. The fucking lens was, like, this big. And so, I'm not picky, I'm not like an AV Nazi. Right now I'm watching shit on my YouTube, and so I thought, "Well, what the fuck? If I can buy a $20 projector and just play videos off YouTube on my wall, that'd be perfect for this new place," because it's like, it's not some giant most projectors are pretty heavy or, they're fragile, the lens is fragile. If you spend 200 or 300, $400 or more on a projector, you kinda wanna be careful with it, whereas, like, this thing, it's 20 bucks. As long as it fucking works, I just wanna have, like, movies I like having movies play while I'm writing or just kinda while I'm doing other stuff. It's kinda like, last night, I watched, I didn't really watch it, but I just kinda threw it on the wall, this Subway Stories movie. It was like an HBO movie about it's just a bunch of short films. It's like a vignette movie that takes place in the New York City subway. Bill Irwin's in it and, Jerry Stiller, Gregory Hines, a who's who of, like, 90s New York City, like, theater heavyweights. I think John Guar wrote one of the fucking plays, and so, I got this $20 projector from Five Below, and it, like, it's not the greatest fucking piece of tech. It's pretty low res, and, there's not a whole lot of I guess it won't play Netflix. I didn't even try to play. All I watch is YouTube anyway. There's tons of masterpiece. So I thought, hey, I don't I want to have something that I can watch movies at the house. I don't just want to watch them on my damn phone. Like it really is not the same. It's nice to have some kind of screen. Not that it's like all I'm gonna do is sit at home and like watch my fucking projector, but it's like 20 bucks. It plugs right into your fucking iPhone. And it's like you need a cable that will transfer data. It can't just be a power cable. But for 20 goddamn dollars, supposedly it'll last 30,000 hours, the light bulb. And while I'm going to sleep or whatever, not be worried about, oh, I gotta shut the fucking bulb off, save the, whatever the 10,000 hour, light wattage or whatever the fuck it is. Life expectancy of the fucking thing. So for, cheap ass, frugal, you know, um, miser, cheapskate, but appreciators of culture like me, it's kind of the ultimate. I mean, 20 bucks for a goddamn God bless Five Below for even offering that price point. You don't have to go on It's like in real life Temu. It's like in-person Temu. And so, yeah, I mean, the reviews, as you can imagine, online were not great. Everybody was talking shit about this $20 projector, but it's like, what the fuck do you expect? It's not like some Office Max, like 1920. It's not 4K shit. It's a $20 projector from the same place that you buy like, floaties for your fucking inflatable pool or whatever that you put in your backyard. It's like, are you gonna buy a real pool there? Like, no. If you want an in-ground pool or something, you go to like some real place. But if you're a hillbilly white trash like me, you get a boogie board for $5. It's like, holy shit, I'm surfing. And so I got a fucking projector, bitch. Will it hook up to my computer? No. Do I care? No. All I want to do is like be able to watch movies off YouTube on the wall while I'm smoking weed and writing poetry and trying to organize my thoughts about life. It's just like I'm trying to constantly take in information from wherever I can. I went to the library yesterday, the Van Link or it's the Irving branch. And I was reading I was looking at Chris Hayes' book. It was not very good. I was reading this book about finance shit. It was also most of these books just tell you shit you already know. Like they talk about the importance of reading, but like I don't know, a lot of this shit honestly you can learn on YouTube. The book is not necessarily I mean, finance stuff, it's like they can explain it, explain it, explain it, explain it, explain it, and it's still never like Madoff. They all talk point to Madoff. It's like it was pretty obvious to see what Madoff was doing. It's just people were blinded by their trust. That was the point that this book was making, was like Madoff had these credentials were like he was the head of NASDAQ or something. You know, he was like literally like his clout and his like the people that would like vouch for him were like so unquestionable that people just trusted him. They just thought, oh, this guy's the fucking head of NASDAQ. Fuck yeah, we'll give him all our money. He'll invest it. And like literally his scheme was like not even sophisticated or anything. It was literally just like a Ponzi scheme. It was like the fucking producers. He was just using everybody's money to live off of, basically. There wasn't any investing even fucking happening. It's just people never asked for their money back because they thought they had invested it. One of the things it was talking about was the privatization of people's like retirement. So like now you have a 401k, like we were talking about this, Adam S, if you're out there. Whereas like now it's like people have a personal stake in the stock market where it's like their savings is influenced by if it goes up or down or whatever. And you can lose shitloads of money just because Trump does some dumb shit or you know whatever they scare the market or something. Idle learning. We're all trying to learn. What good does it do? Streaming doesn't do shit. It's Matt. Well, they did get Trump to taco. I mean, let's celebrate this moment of armistice, surrender. Trump waved the white flag, basically. His fake negotiations. I mean, it seems to me like Iran was just sort of like, you know what, whatever. These guys, we're not going to capitulate to anything that they like want from us, but like, if they stop bombing, we'll reopen the strait. Just that was just like kind of the simple terms that were the broad strokes. And then they broke the ceasefire immediately. Israel was bombing Lebanon. Israel broke the ceasefire immediately. Surprise, surprise. I mean, didn't they do the same shit on Gaza? With Trump, I mean, it's all fucking lies. It's all just like they try to put an image in your head like it's over. And then the shit just continues. Like, oh yeah, there's a ceasefire in Gaza. Like, yeah, we got peace. The free Palestine people got what they wanted. It's like, not really. Like, there's still fucking, I don't know. It's getting worse. Israel is now acting up at every other fucking place. They're dragging all these other Middle Eastern nations into the conflict, Qatar, UAE, they're all getting fucking bombed and shit. And in a certain way, I think Israel does just want everybody to get destroyed so they can take over. Uh, they want everybody embroiled in this. They want to do to the rest of the Middle East probably what they did to Gaza. That was like, their little prototype. Uh, and so, yeah, Trump gave them 2 weeks. There's only 2 units of time in Trump world. There's 48 hours and there's 2 weeks. So we gave them 2 weeks before we bomb their civilization out of existence. Um, it was originally 48 hours and they were gonna be done. Now they have 2 weeks. Why? We're not really sure. Trump just chickened out, I guess. It's Taco Tuesday, as we thank God. It's okay, Trump. You can chicken out. We would prefer that. Thank God he didn't erase their civilization out of existence. Thank God. Just out of sort of like a whim. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. It was last June we bombed them. Now we're back. Somebody was saying that Trump is going to save the war for the midterms. He's just sort of backing out now. And that this has been his process is he kind of wades into something, then he backs off. Then he wades a little further, then he backs off. Like it's been escalating the whole time, the shit that he's been able to get away with, and he pushes a little further, he pushes a little further, pushes a little further. The first time he was president, he did not have the Supreme Court in his fucking pocket. Now it's like there aren't even it's like the other branches of government has just dissolved. It's literally like we have a king and nobody even in his fucking cabinet or anything stands up to him or dissents or anything. And that shit got dissolved a little bit. He's already been impeached twice. It's hard to fucking believe. Um, he's at a certain point, I mean, he gets away with this shit in the United States. For some reason, Trump just like games our legal system. I mean, now he's the fucking president, so he will pardon himself. I guarantee you. He'll probably drop a nuke and pardon himself like while it's in the air. I pardon myself for the billions of people I'm about to kill. Biden did it. The Biden crime family. Dad, can I get a pardon? Fuck you, Donald Jr. Ivanka gets a pardon. Donald Jr. and Trump and Eric can go to fucking jail. Tiger Woods is dating Trump's daughter or something, granddaughter. He's dating is it his granddaughter? He was on the phone with the president. Did people see that video? After Tiger Woods rolled his fucking car. He's like Trump. He's just whacked out of his mind. I mean, Tiger Woods is a cautionary tale of like, that's the cost of superhuman excellence. It all evens out, in the end. I mean, Tiger Woods came out of the gate winning, winning, winning every fucking thing, beating the shit out of everybody. They thought he would win 30 majors, but look what happened. He came apart like the fucking challenger. His whole shit just blew up. And since then, it's almost just like he's just like reliving that. It's like Jesus Christ, like he crashed his car a few years ago. He just crashed it again. But he thinks he can get away with it because that's just the winner's mindset. It's just like, I was on the phone with the president. Yeah, it was the president. Yeah, it was President Donald Trump. Wasn't a real president. It's not like you're on the phone with Obama after you rolled your fucking car. You were on the phone with like a criminal, a convict, a felon who, like, yeah, of course he's gonna like try to protect you. That's what he does to all his criminal friends. He wants a bunch of criminals to be his friends so they can all break the law together because they're dishonest fucking people. I mean, Tiger Woods is more just like, I don't know, pathetic. He's a product of golf world, so I mean, he's rich as hell. He's got $1 billion. He lives in Florida. He doesn't want to pay income tax. He's not woke. I don't think. What are Tiger Woods' pronouns? Even though he's sort of like the ultimate multicultural icon. So it's Masters week, everybody, at Augusta. And Rory McIlroy is shot a 67 in the first round. That's pretty cool. Hopefully he wins again. He's a working class hero. He's an Irish man. So we like Rory McIlroy. I mean, Tiger Woods is just hilarious. He is like a perfect metaphor for America over the last, whatever, 30 years, 50 years. He just pushed it too hard. You know, you just cannot push it that hard. That's what these rich guys do. They want all the regulations to be taken off. You know, my boss, who was a Trumper, I mean, the way this guy drove his car, Jesus Christ. He it was all about pushing it to the limit. Seeing how fast it would go, seeing, you know, because if you're that much of a hot shot, if you're that much of a fucking entrepreneurial genius, Tesla fucking human genetic specimen, then like you should be able to drive a car 150 miles per hour and like, you know, onto an off ramp and like be able to control it and push it to the fucking limit. How else are you going to see where the limits are than to go over the edge? And so Trump, it's no surprise to me that that's the way that he's treating our federal government. He's treating it like it's some fucking sports car that like he wants to redline it. He wants to see what and he wants to beat it up a little bit, you know? He wants to fucking, so he's pushing a little further, you know? They bombed the shit out of Iran. Iran bombed back. They closed the strait. Now he's sort of got a feel for his opponent. It's just amazing this guy can start a fucking war and then 2 weeks later sort of be like, "Oh, whoops, just kidding." We were gonna nuke you guys, but just kidding. I'm gonna send a Truth Social post about it. And all the foreign leaders and all the higher ups in the government and everybody just acts like it's like acceptable, like it's not like completely out of line, like just totally reckless, totally irresponsible, totally dangerous. And it's like, of course it's gonna happen again. You know, like what are they gonna do in the meantime? What is the international like? Is there some kind of international court? Whatever happened to the Board of Peace? Can't the Board of Peace do something? I thought they were supposed to be the Board of Peace. Stop this. Stop this war. You're the Board of Peace. Trump, you started the Board of Peace. Shouldn't it intervene? I mean, technically, this is not peace. It's right in your name. You're supposed to be the Board of Peace. Do something. Come on, piece of shit. These fucking this tripod is also from Five Below. I mean, so far the $20 projector is doing pretty good. I mean, the picture sucks. It does not look good at all. Even if you have like an HD YouTube video, I mean, it looks like shit. But I mean, it will throw an image, you know, bigger than a fucking TV screen on your wall for 20 bucks. And it's like, who cares what happens to it? You know, it's like it falls over. Oh well. You know, I can watch fucking Flowers of St. Francis on my wall. And it's lightweight. I mean, I could bring it to the open mic. I could bring it to the fucking. The thing is, you do have to have it plugged in. It's not like a battery, but it's got like a USB-C fucking connector and shit. Like, you know, it's state of the art technology. I'm assuming it's cheap Chinese crap. I mean, China must just have all kinds of fun shit. I mean, isn't that what Five Below I mean, it has to be. It's like just some kinda, like, store where they basically sell, like, Temu products in person. And it's like, I don't know, do they have a projector at the dollar store? I doubt it. How much is the projector at the dollar store? Like, I don't think they offer one. I mean, that is remarkable. I mean, that is class solidarity. The fact that I mean, China is actively getting communism. This is how they're colonizing America. Is that Five Below? I don't know. Five Below, they're probably American. I don't even know where the fuck this shit comes from. They might make it in Kentucky. I don't know. But I am imagining they make it in, slave labor in China. Or AI makes it or something. Drones make it. Who the fuck knows? Drones fly it here. It's drones. Everything's a drone now. It's drone warfare, drone fucking delivery, drone movie making. So my projector's not a drone. I don't know why they didn't just make it a drone. It should be a drone projector. Just make everything a drone. Just throw a drone onto everything now. Okay? Everything should have a drone included on it, just built in. Everything should be part drone. And so I got this mini fucking projector. It's lit, 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 lit. I watched Bill Irwin regarding flight or something. Regard a flight or something. It's like Bill Irwin was he was like the most famous clown, I would say, in he was definitely like this kind of cool New York 80s, like Keith Haring or something. Like Bill Irwin. And I've seen him in person a couple times. I saw Bill Irwin riding a city bike by Union Square once. And I saw him somewhere in Midtown, I think. I've seen Bill Irwin twice. He was on PBS. Bill Irwin is like PBS famous. He's probably about as famous as Garrison Keillor, maybe a little more. Do people know who Bill Irwin is? He's in um My Blue Heaven. He's in the Bobby McFerrin video for Don't Worry Be Happy with Robin Williams. It's Bobby McFerrin, Robin Williams, and Bill Irwin. And he's been in tons of fucking plays and shit. I think he won a Tony for Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. He was in Godot recently, I think. He was in the Steve Martin, Robin Williams Godot. He played whatever the fucking guy, Lucky or Pozzo or whatever. He played the guy who has the long speech, I think. So, but I've never actually seen Bill Irwin's like it's basically like a silent movie in a lot of ways on stage. The way he's acting, and he's basically doing sort of like a Charlie Chaplin, Harry Langdon type figure. And it had kind of a New York 80s gritty edge to it. There's like TV screens, and I don't know. It just came on. It popped on after the Subway Stories movie. 'Cause I have a list. You can check it out on my Scenes from Life page, my cinema classics. I mean, YouTube has like unbelievable movies for free. Fucking, I'm sure you guys know, but they don't have Barry Lyndon, unfortunately. I was trying to get Barry Lyndon, but they do have fucking like practically every Fellini movie. And things come and go. I was watching I woke up last night, there was Abel Ferrara movie playing. It was, like, so Italian. I mean, Jesus Christ. It was like a nightmare I was having. I was like, "I gotta turn this off." But I don't know. I guess I can't be alone without sound or without video playing or something. It's kinda I don't know, it's a scary time to be alone. It's a scary time to be like, what are we starting over into? Like, what the fuck is there's gonna be a draft? They're gonna draft I did not think that was gonna be even a possibility in my life, frankly. I thought at 41 years old, broken down, I was way past eligibility. So, I mean, I'm just trying to live my life and watch my $20 projector illegal Well, this shit's probably mostly in public domain, I imagine. You can watch practically every Orson Welles movie. So I don't. Uh, I guess it's comforting, and I don't know. I've always had a projector. I'm just a projector guy. When I was in Columbus, I had a fucking $25 projector at the Slooge. I had the projector in the Slooge in the backyard. We had that projector screen I made out of shower curtains. I mean, you want to talk about white trash? I made it. I literally made a projector screen out of shower curtains on the back of the brownstone we lived in. And it was a pretty good screen, honestly. I mean, it wasn't like my brother had a projector that was like a fucking Titantron. It was literally like this screen that was like stretched tight and had like a metal frame around it. Like his projector was literally like being in a goddamn movie theater. My shit's always been kind of ghetto. It's always been shit that I bought off Craigslist or Temu. The fact that they even offer a $20 projector is absolutely insane to me. And I mean, say what you will about inflation or the economy. There's a lot of shit that's actually kind of cheap right now. Popeye's Chicken has been offering like really cheap. They brought back the shrimp tackle box, the surf and turf for $6. Domino's Pizza. I've been enjoying Domino's Pizza. They have some excellent I think I got a pizza with breadsticks for, like less than Chipotle. I got a large one topping pizza and garlic knots for like $12 from Domino's fucking Pizza. And like granted, I probably should not be eating it, but here we are. I don't know. I'm at a point where I just like I want to like just enjoy my life for a second. While we still can. It's springtime. I've got kind of a nice thing, so I just want to, the last 3 years have been crazy already. And I'm reading my book. I'm reading my city life book, my 565-page super novel of New York City in the post-pandemic Weimar America era. And it's like, God damn, I don't know. It's all covered in there. It's all in there. It's just so I wouldn't be surprised if we're back and this shit escalates again in a few weeks or a few months. Who knows? However long Trump's got left. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but everybody thinks Trump's like gonna die soonish. There's all these rumors that he's going to Walter Reed and shit. But I don't know. I don't know if we can count on that. That's not really a good plan. I mean, when are the international people gonna step in? There all of these I mean, it works for Xi and Russia, I guess. It works to their advantage. The United States just kinda destroying themselves, right? Like, that's what Iran said. They said they're not gonna take out Donald Trump because, honestly, he is their best weapon. Iran agrees that Trump is destroying the United States far more effectively than they ever could. It's almost like he's a plant who was brought in to do this. But, he's destroying American standing in the world, the American-led order. All these fucking people are kicking us out of their military bases. He's gonna crash the petrodollar. They're already starting to trade in other fucking currencies, the yuan, the Chinese currency. Kuzu Daddy was talking about this shit 2 and 3 years ago, the petrodollar countries and how the BRICS countries were Americans don't even see the half of the equation. They're so myopic that, like, they don't see the other side of the planet. This country is isolated, and we like being isolated. That's part of the propaganda, is they want America to not travel internationally, to not go to other countries, to not learn about other cultures, to not see what the fuck maybe China isn't
I mean, I'm not Hassan Piker. You know, he like worships any fucking communist. Oh, like Mao Zedong, Little Red Book. Oh my God. He's a simp. He's a simp for like communism. I don't necessarily know that communism is the answer per se, but who knows? I'm open to it. I'm not paranoid about it. But anyway, America, they want people to be uneducated and unexperienced in anything else because then they can just, yeah, the only thing people know is Kentucky Fried Chicken and Shell Station and, the grab and go and fast food shit and corporate chain fucking stores. Like that's the American landscape. People in their goddamn cars. Price of gasoline. Ah. It's all they fucking care about. It's like I don't that's like something as an American, it's like normal to admit like that you care about. It's like, well, they're spending our money there. We don't want this war because like they're spending our money. That's our tax dollars. Or like the price of gas. Like, oh, I just want the price of gas to go down. Like that's what I voted for. I voted for the price of eggs to go down. Like, that's all I care about is like, I don't want my tax dollars going over there. I don't want them going to Israel or whatever. Zelensky, they should be spending that money here, but they never do. Trump wants to increase the fucking military budget to the whole budget. He wants to make the whole budget the military. What the fuck? Who does he think he's kidding? Trump, you have to be a little subtle. We know you've got fucking dementia and shit, but like, you have to be kind of subtle about this shit. You can't just be like, we're gonna kill everybody in their whole civilization. Oh, isn't that a shame? Whoops, gotcha. Just kidding. We're not gonna nuke them out of existence after all. Scared you though, didn't I? Didn't I get you? It's like Trump, come on, man. There's a lot of room between here and that. Find someplace more in the middle. Jesus Christ. $1.5 trillion. You're gonna double the defense budget. Why? Because you invaded a fucking another country foolishly? Like, there was no 9/11 or anything even. And so I think he wants the price of oil to go down. He wants the markets to chill out. He wants to push it just far enough. You gotta get them excited, you know? You gotta get people's blood boiling. He's a pickup artist. He's a total pickup artist. They say when you're escalating, this is in the game. Look it up. Mystery method. This is mystery method shit, okay? Donald is using the mystery method. You want to know what foreign policy, Donald Trump? He's using the mystery method, okay? All his shit is mystery method. It's all routines. It's all, what is it, the threads or whatever. Donald Trump is using the mystery method. And so it's the escalation, right? Physically escalating with a woman. You want to be physically escalating because that's if you don't, they think you're a wimp and they lose interest. They want the excitement. They also push back. So it's like you kind of need to be not necessarily like pushing the boundaries, but like you need to be that's what escalating is. It's like you try to touch their arm and then you try to touch maybe their lower back and then maybe you try to like hug them a little bit and then maybe great, you're just escalating a little bit, but then they push back, like maybe they're not ready to do X, Y, or Z yet. And so the philosophy with this is you do two-step forward, one-step back. So you get really, hot and heavy like Trump did with Iran. But then everybody's going, no, 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 this is too far. We're not nuking yet, Trump. Not yet. Okay. This is just the foreplay. We just got started. You can't just nuke. The nuke is the orgasm. Okay. That comes at the end of the war. That's the Trump. That's the Trump card. Okay. You don't just nuke. That's a premature ejaculation. You don't just premature nuke all over their tits, okay? You have to fucking save the nuke for, like, the climax, but you're 80 fucking years old and you don't give a fuck. You just rape people and have sex with 13-year-olds and shit, so you probably prematurely nucleate all over everybody. But, you know, the public wants a little bit more whining and dining first, okay? You can't just go straight for the fucking this is not grabbing them by the you gotta romance it a little bit, and so, the idea is you get them really hot and bothered by being very physical, by physically escalating, and then they say, "Oh, stop, stop, stop." And so then when they do that, you just totally disengage, and you sorta give them the cold shoulder, and then they go, "Oh, wait a minute, what happened? I thought you're gonna nuke us. I thought you wanted to nuke us. You can't leave." I do think to some degree Trump is just buying time to accumulate more troops in the area. You know, they've only got 50,000 troops there or something right now. It's like they need a lot more people. I mean, Iran has got an army of 1,000,000, 2,000,000 people or something, at least. I mean, look at how many people have died in this Ukraine war. It's not like Iraq. You know, Iraq, like, really not that many Americans died. Iraq and Afghanistan, like, really not I think it was probably less than 10,000 or something. It really was not that many. Whereas, like, look at this Ukraine war. It's like fucking hundreds of thousands of people have died on both sides. Maybe 1,000,000 total. I'm not exactly sure, but it's like it's down and dirty, like nasty fucking business. And the Iran thing to me, it just feels like Trump stole Putin's idea. He's like, "Oh, Putin's got Ukraine. I'm gonna invade Iran." You know, it was the same. It was around the same time in his second term that the Ukraine thing happened. That was 22, February 22. Trump went to Iran February 26, a midterm. And he just does kind of want a quagmire for his defense contractor buddies and Palantir and Peter Thiel and turning it into like a security ethno state or whatever. You know, AI chip governed. Maybe we'll have a universal basic income, hopefully. I can't imagine rich people are gonna think that that's a good idea. You know, Trump's cabinet is all billionaires. You think they want us to have a universal they want us to be slaves. You know, that's what they want. That's what they've wanted the whole time, literally. They wanna create the United States is gonna become China, basically, where it's like people are gonna work in factories making cheap shit for nothing. We're gonna be the sweatshop. That seems to be what people want. People want, like, to be exploited as, like, factory workers. You know, my impression of the NAFTA thing was, like, they wanted to create a professional managerial class because they thought it was better than being, like, a blue collar factory worker. You know, the idea was to, like, educate people out of manual labor and create an economy of, like, information, whatever, data, computers, you know, get people out of these physically demanding jobs into email jobs essentially via college education. That was the plan. It didn't really work out that way, I guess, because I mean, this is something Professor Zhang was saying, and I don't know. I think he is biased. I was watching a few of his interviews and shit, and he's like really religious, and they were just asking him about the future of America and like where he thought you should go and this and that. And he's like, the strongest state with the most dynamic economy that has proven like it can withstand X, Y, or Z is Texas. If you want to go somewhere in America, go to Texas. It's not New York. It's not California. These coastal elite, professional managerial elite jobs, is what he called them, are going to disappear, is what he said. These white collar, professional managerial email jobs are going to disappear. You need to go to Texas and learn like a trade. He said the things that are going to sustain us are like family community, religion. Like I said, I think he's biased. I think that is his this is one of the reasons why I think he likes Dante so much because it's like it's Catholic, it's very religious.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's a way that he has stability in his life and good for him. Uh, he said something interesting about America's an entrepreneurial, like that's the story here. America, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you go to America. Whereas like if you want to be, I think he said like a bureaucrat, you go to China. And if you want to be, I forget what the fucking third one was. Because that's what, or it's like in China, it's all about your family and your name and what you're born to, and that's kind of like the job you can get. Whereas like America, his impression of was like America was a place where like you could be an entrepreneur and like just make it through your own. And I think he's got kind of an outdated. He's lived in China since 1999, I think. And like I think he just has an outdated like it's not as possible to be an entrepreneur in America. You kind of have to already be rich in a way. Like it is more about your family and your inheritance and shit like that. Like America was probably a place where there was more social mobility. Like this article that was talking about in the art magazine, like there was social mobility in the art world. You could be Donald Judd or somebody or Jackson Pollock, get some huge fucking space, make giant sculptures, make giant paintings, and just sort of like hustle your way into the upper crust of, the wealthy New York art world or whatever. And now it's like it's so prohibitively expensive to display here. It's so competitive. It's expensive to go to art school. It's expensive to get, studio space. A lot of the article was about how expensive studio space is. And I've known a few painters in the city that had goddamn studio space, surprisingly. I knew people that were bartenders. This guy who I went to UCB with was a bartender and he had a fucking apartment and studio space somehow. It was like $500-600 a month for like a painting studio. That was 15 fucking years ago. I don't know what the situation with that is now. I mean, for myself, that's one reason why I do this kind of shit because it is just about adapting and learning to do it anywhere, anyhow, by any means necessary. Like this is extremely low production value. It's a, studio space of Central Park. It's like I'm not making a movie that costs 30 grand with a crew and bunch of technology and actors and shit. It's like I'm directly trying to express my ideas through like a live cinema of the mind and comment on the real world and make that all a part of the literal literarization of my experience. This is my autofiction. This is my novel, poem, oral storytelling, infotainment, weekly news, real time with Bill Maher. I mentioned Bill Maher a few times in my book, perhaps unsurprisingly. Way before I met Ashley. Before I met Ashley, there's a Bill Maher reference in my book. So there you go. Bill Maher has always been something you can't really avoid. It's just a part of our lives. So it's springtime in New York. We're streaming our asses off trying to stop the apocalypse. I mean, we've got a 2-week extension. He bumped the apocalypse by 2 weeks. It's been rescheduled. We've got 2 weeks to figure it out. Like I said, he's a procrastinator. He's just fucking procrastinating. He doesn't know what the fuck he wants to do, what he's gonna do. He's playing jazz. And it was so theatrical. It was all around Easter. There was all this drama with this fucking pilot and shit on Easter. Pete Hegseth, it was like a Jesus was resurrected. The pilot went down on Good Friday and he came, he was rescued on Easter. as the sun came up. Just like just like Jesus Christ, except an F-15 pilot. Except if Jesus Christ was Maverick from Top Gun. We don't know what's going on. We're just trying to piece it together from all of the fucking various fake news, all the various unreliable sources. Professor Zhang. So this guy, he was on this guy BPD. I forget. I don't know. I think he's Indian guy. Maybe he's Pakistani or something. He's kind of famous. He's like a dumbass man. He's one of these guys that you're just like, I don't, is this guy on Shark Tank or something? Like, why is he famous? Like, there's all these like tech guru guys that you're like, I don't know why this guy's famous, but I see his fucking videos everywhere. They're like the infomercials of like YouTube. They're like the Billy Mays. They're like the pillow guy. But somehow they have huge platform and it's like Andrew Schultz, but for like 50-year-olds. For like 50-year-old like finance douchebags are watching this or tech finance fuck faces. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck is watching this. But anyway, Zhang was on his show and the guy asked him if it was summer 2024, who would you have, because he was just trying to pin him down politically to one side or the other. And he asked him, who would you vote for? Summer 2024. If you went back, knowing what you know now, who would you vote for? Biden, Kamala, or Trump? They asked Professor Zhang, summer 2024, the summer Trump's assassination attempt. And Zhang said Trump. Zhang said he thinks America needed a change. I guess in a certain way, that's sort of how everybody feels. That's sort of why that's like the most rational explanation for Trump. Like, it's not really that people are racist or like they think that he's even good or anything. Like, really, he is their, in their perception, he is their opportunity to like shake things up and force it to change. They don't like either side. They don't like the government. They think the government sucks. They kind of take it for granted, frankly. I think we're going to see how much people took the stability this country had for granted and the fruits of the empire. Who knows? Who knows how this is going to affect our quality of life? Like, are things going to get really expensive? No more. I mean, I got a projector for $20. Like, that's pretty fucking lit. Oh my God. I was reading this book yesterday at the library. Or am I done talking about? Hold on. I don't want to change the subject yet. I'm still talking about this. Talking about Trump and Iran. I'm doing a thumbs. Okay. 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 We're talking about foreign policy here. Trump, he backed down. He tacoed. We're glad. The peace president. He's like Two-Face. He's the good cop and he's the bad cop. He's got to create motion somehow. Trump saved us from himself. Trump saved the world from his mood swings. Trump saved the human race from himself nuking it. What a hero. They should give him the Peace Prize. What the fuck is the FIFA Peace Prize? That's like the fucking soccer organization. People keep talking about Trump won this FIFA Peace Prize. Like, what in God's name is the FIFA Peace Prize? Is that like FIFA soccer for like Xbox? Because I'm pretty sure their Peace Prize like doesn't hold the same water as the Nobel Peace Prize, which, has some clout, let's just say. It's clouded a little bit. It's got a little bit of cachet, the Nobel Peace Prize, let's just say. It's a little prestigious, it's kind of prestigious. The FIFA Peace Prize, I'm not really sure. I've never really heard of that. I thought they played soccer or football, or is that like the world? Does that have something to do with the World Cup? Like FIFA? That's like the chess World Chess Organization giving you a peace prize. The FIDE. It's like, good for you, but does that have any precedence or standing in any way? I've never even fucking heard of it. The restaurant I worked in, which shall remain nameless, got this fake award, the 6-star Diamond Award from this fucking fake organization. And we had this big party, and it was just total bullshit. It was totally a fake award, a fake organization. I don't even know what the point of it was. I guess it was a way of recommending their restaurant to other rich people with no taste. They might recognize it. It was about as legitimate as the FIFA Peace Prize. Let's just say that. And so maybe to Roger Stone or something, that's like a very, maybe that's like the Bizarro Nobel Peace Prize. Maybe for Putin, that's like very prestigious, desired accolade. But I've never heard of the fucking thing ever. And the new president of Venezuela gave Trump her Nobel Peace Prize. Like, that doesn't count either. You can't re-gift a Nobel Prize. I'm sorry. Doesn't work that way. That's like pawning it. Like, okay, that doesn't mean you're the heavyweight champion of the world just because you pawned your belt, okay? Like, just because you gave Trump the fucking thing doesn't hold any legitimacy. So, fake president, fake gold, fake news. Hard to know what the fuck is real, how many people have died. Now we're all, everybody's trying to figure out what Trump's next move is. I mean, that's his power in a way, is just keeping people guessing, keeping unpredictable. He holds this power over all of us that's unchecked. And so by keeping us all on our toes, uncertain, it's like head fake. He pump faked the apocalypse. He teased it. I mean, Easter would have been a pretty good rollout. I thought Jesus was supposed to come back. The fuck? He tacoed on Jesus. Get somebody who's not a pussy in there, okay? Trump bitched out on us. He couldn't get the job done, okay? He chickened out like we knew he would. We were waiting for Jesus Christ to come back, okay? Now, are you man enough to make it happen or not, you fucking bitch? He missed it. He missed his entrance. I mean, Easter would have been absolutely perfect. Now when is he gonna come back? 4th of July? 9/11? There's no good time. Now that Christmas? I guess Christmas, maybe. Christmas is when the Messiah will return. Makes sense, kind of, I guess. So we got a few months. I mean, he said Trump is gonna postpone the war till the election. Till sweeps week. He's postponing a war till sweeps week, okay? He needs that season finale, you know? It's not it we're this is his, like, mid-season, like, teaser, of, like, the real fun shit's gonna happen at the end. So, buckle up, everybody. It's escalating. He's escalating. Now everybody's horny for violence. Or they're normalizing it. The same people who are anti-war, they're gonna start to come around and be like, "Well, you know what? Iran shouldn't have nukes. We needed to take away their nukes." People are already starting to say that. Like, am I pro-war? Like, no. I'm not for any war or regime change, but, like, honestly, it's just better if they don't have nukes. People are already starting to say that, and so, as time goes on and we just get more and more used to this sort of back and forth, and in and out, and pulling out, and putting it back in, and pulling out, and putting a finger in, and rubbing the clit, and it's all foreplay, he just now he's just that was just a little full cunnilingus. He's just getting it wet. The nuke isn't gonna come until, till Christmas, until the midterms, till he has to cancel the midterms. You know, it'll probably be the October surprise. October surprise is Trump Trump's finger slipped and he hit the button on accident. Trump nuked Cuba. I don't know. This is your most hard-hitting social satire out there, people. I mean, come on. We had an inside track on all of this. I'm disappointed to hear that Professor Zhang would have voted for Trump. I mean, how can he believe that? That's what I'm saying. Is like maybe he is conservative. He loves fucking Tucker. He says Tucker's his favorite journalist. I mean, his taste in poetry is pretty conservative. You know, his lectures are all about like the Aeneid and Dante. And I wonder what his opinion on John Wiener's is. Professor Zhang, where do you stand on language poetry? Thoughts on Frank O'Hara, Professor Zhang? Apparently, you're a Trumper. You really think, knowing everything we know now, it was a better idea to vote for Trump in summer of 2024. I mean, in a certain way, I think humanity recognizes in some unconscious way, like Trump is this like dark catalyst. He is forcing the world into some kind of new fucking hierarchy, like a tectonic shift. He is pushing it into that, for better or for worse. Probably for worse. Short-term pain for long-term gain, right? That's their favorite thing to say. JD Vance just went to Hungary to meet with Viktor Orban because apparently Viktor Orban is going to lose his election. Viktor Orban he's kind of like what a lot of people have been saying. He's what Trump wants to be. I think he's been president for like 16 years or something. Maybe longer than that. I think he's been president since like the 2000s of Hungary, but he's like a dictator. John Oliver did a fucking episode about Viktor Orban a few weeks ago. I didn't watch it, but I guess he's sort of like Trump's role model for how to be a life dictator, emperor, whatever. Control your country, control the and so that's probably why JD Vance went there to sort of boost him, get out the vote. He's campaigning because they need allies like that. They need other authoritarian scumbags. That's who they want. They want a bunch of little dictators for some reason. I guess because it allows them to get away with what they're getting away with. There isn't like a solidarity, like if Hungary was in NATO or something. Maybe they are in NATO. I don't know, but Orban is more like that guy in Turkey, Ahmet Erdogan, or no, what's his name? I forget. Or Putin, I guess. It's good for all of them to have each other in power, like mafia bosses or something. And so I don't know. We've got a couple weeks to enjoy the spring. I mean, although the ceasefire has already been broken and the fighting is sort of breaking out again, I think the strait is open. That was the most important thing economically for the world, like picture. Getting fertilizer out, getting the oil prices down. I think everybody recognized that was the real emergency, not really about who died or who dropped a bomb on a school.
It was more just about like, hey, we cannot have another COVID like. Okay, I'll walk for a sec. Here I guess. See what else we can get into. There's probably some nice flowers for the visual aspect of the stream. Oh my god, my body is sore and tired. That just because I'm 41. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because I eat Domino's pizza. I had, pretty bad. The garlic knots. I mean, the heartburn with garlic knots. As you get older, it is one of it is like it's a cliche, but you can't live like you're 25. But what do we do? Like everything's so expensive. I gotta, it's cheaper to get a Domino's pizza for $12. You can live off that for like 2 days. A hillbilly snacking on the fridge. Okay. The hell else do I need to talk about? So yeah, working on my book. Uh, just trying to rebuild. Here we are again at square one, chapter 2. So this might be my last Central Park journey for a while. We're laning here. What a cool time in my life now, looking back. I'm glad that I, got to share time with Ashley and get to know Ashley and have adventures. Goddamn, who knows what's next? I mean, that article about, like I said, there's always these fucking articles about being an artist in New York and how it's too expensive and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, that's kind of a generalization. Like, yeah, in a broad way, I guess that's true. Like, it is like expensive here, but in another way, it's like that's not true because there are exceptions to some degree. Find deals, you find nooks and crannies, and